Halcyon Days feels like this old school 3D Mega Man game that's been combined with the story structure of something straight out of the Tales of franchise, where the core elements of this game involve exploring ancient futuristic ruins, blasting through a variety of different enemies, taking on large powerful bosses, and even traveling within large open landscapes. Also, quick disclaimer here, I did receive a free key for this game, but all my thoughts here are my own. In the beginning, I found the ruins challenging to navigate just because of the tight corners and hallways, as well as not really knowing what was supposed to be a door or not. But I will also say that by the time I made it to the end of the first dungeon, I started to fall for its quirkiness. While the basic enemies appear diverse, the tactics for almost every enemy are pretty much the same. Stand back, lock on, hold the fire button until they're dead. The only times where these moments felt different was when I came across them within the tight corners and compact rooms of the dungeons. In these moments, their abilities required different approaches to be able to dodge their attacks, and that was pretty much it, but it made for some fun challenges. For the bosses themselves, they feel big and they feel powerful, although some of them are very easy to read and it's just pretty much a target and shoot until dead kind of thing. But then there's others where you're learning attack patterns and jumping and climbing up all over them just to be able to progress through the fight, and yeah, those were definitely my favorite moments. Where this game really struggles are its open map aspects. The only thing they really add to the game is extra time that it takes to get from one point to another, especially in the first level. I got the side quest where I was supposed to find some cows and bring them back, and then after that I found out I had to go and find chickens and bring them back, and it took me forever bringing the animals back one at a time, and on top of that there was only one path that I could go, and it took forever to be able to climb all the way back up, and I've got them all back there except for one chicken, and it turns out that when I first exited the tutorial dungeon, then the chicken that I saw that I shot was the last one that I needed, and so now it's just a burnt crisp of a husk and I can't do anything with it, and so I spent 45 minutes wasting my time for a quest that I could never complete that promised me this super powerful, awesome item. So excuse me if I'm a little frustrated with some of those parts. All right, moving on. Despite my frustrations there, I am glad that I stuck around and continued to play, because while a lot of the dialogue feels that it runs on and could be slimmed down a fair bit, the story is what really pulled me in. Well, that and the voice actors of the supporting cast, they are incredibly well done. So that combined with the grand story that the game tries to deliver, it leaves me yearning for more. At the time of writing this review, I have not completed the game yet, as the overworld sections can take a fair amount of time to travel, even with my sprint ability that I found. And if you end up dying outside of a boss fight, sometimes you revert all the way back to the very last time that you saved, and sometimes that can be pretty far back and also very frustrating. Unless there is another way to save, which I haven't come across yet, so I'm not quite sure about that. God, yeah, it takes forever to travel places. It's kind of like playing Tony Hawk Free Skater, but without all the tricks and all the cool things that make it fun. To take this game to the next level, there's 3 things I'd like to see it do. And the first one would be to make its menus just a little bit more comfortable to navigate through. Second, I would like the open world maps just shrunk down a bit, or just some other various things put in there that give us things to do, like some random enemies we see along the way that just breaks up the monotonous travel. And number 3, the most important thing here is I would really like it so that when I'm boosting around, it doesn't just sound like I'm operating a vacuum cleaner the whole time. So that would be really nice, because once I realize that, I cannot unhear it. But either way, I'm invested enough in the characters and the story that they are a part of, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all wraps up.